Welcome to Something Ranked, the show where we rank something. This is the first installment of many to come where we rank various things, and we are ranking it the most accurate way by actually going and testing these places. And first off, we are starting with an ambitious one, fast food.
Here's all the restaurants that we tested in the fast food category. Taco Bell, Sonic, Chipotle, Five Guys, burgers and fries, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Hardee's, Wendy's, Panda Express, and Burger King.
So Samuel, if you'd like to start us off first, the way this is going to go down is that one of us, the one presenting the restaurant, will have the final say on what tier it goes through from S to F, S being highest, and then goes to A, B, and C. And then the other two can bring up points on whether they think it properly goes there, and then we'll move on. And so to keep it moving, so.
So first off, we're gonna start with Five Guys Burgers and Fries. So this is an extremely popular chain that goes about the entire United States. Other places like Whataburger and In-N-Out aren't in our region, but Five Guys is throughout the entire United States. And if I'm being honest, the time I went there was one of the best experiences I've had at a Five Guys, if I'm being honest. So I've always felt like their fries were a little lacking, but I went there and I was like, man, these fries are truly amazing. Like, they were really like some of the best French fries I think I've had in fast food. So if I am going to give Five Guys a rank, I don't know if I should start out like this, but I'm gonna put Five Guys in S tier.
Oh man.
Because I'm gonna back this up.
Finish
I'm
off.
gonna back this up. So Five Guys goes in S tier for me because Five Guys gives such a unique experience when it comes to the hamburger. Obviously, you get two patties every single time you go in, and it is like no other fast food. You could almost hardly call Five Guys fast food because of the quality of all their ingredients, not to mention all their toppings are free. That includes bacon. I don't think it includes bacon. The only thing that would make me drop it down to an A tier would be the price, is that you are paying $7.69 for fries and a burger. So convince me otherwise, it's not going lower than A.
For it to be an S tier for me, it's got to come down to at least under $6. There's a lot of fast food places out there that are willing to provide a good and tasty experience for a cheaper price than that. Other than that,
True.
I've personally never had a good experience with the fries, but that's just my personal experience. If you said you had a good experience, I'm willing to trust you there, but fries have never been good for me.
With just everything considered, I just think it goes in the A tier because it doesn't have that fast food feeling, like you said, and I think that drops it down in the fast food category. But I would just put it at A tier because I don't think it has that. It doesn't sit at the top of the food chain for me for fast food, and I think that's what it comes down to is like, the consistency and the price of fast food has to be something admired, and I just don't think Five Guys has that for the S rank.
I think the biggest thing for me is price. That would drop it down to the A tier. So we're gonna take Five Guys and it's going down to A tier.
By the way, I'm Josh, this is Ryan, and that's Sam.
Hello.
Oh yeah, we didn't introduce ourselves.
Yeah. Next up, we're taking on a fast food staple, Taco Bell. All right, so my Taco Bell experience, overall, pretty darn good. There's something about Taco Bell that you just can't replicate at other restaurants. It is cheap. It has a wonderful variety of fast Mexican cuisines. They got Baja Blast. Their drink game is super strong. You can't get that anywhere else. The one thing that's holding it back is overall the food is a little bit bland, in my opinion. It's not bad by any means, but as far as tacos or burritos or nachos or anything goes, it's usually fairly average. Also, this is just our personal Taco Bell experiences. This isn't going to be a regional or nationwide thing, but the service is usually pretty darn awful too. I had to order a coffee like 3 Stop. So anyway, I'm gonna place Taco Bell at an A tier.
For me, Taco Bell is a keystone of the fast food industry because you don't have anything else like it. Their breakfast food is amazing. I'd stake my professional reputation on that. And also, it's cheap. It's decently, well, ours isn't quick, but it's decently quick. It's consistent. You're getting a good amount of food for the money that you pay. There's a spider. It's just so unique. You can't get anything like it anywhere else. And that's why I think it belongs in the S tier, because it's just so fantastically unique in the world. While, you know, it's think about it. 2 a.m., where else are you going to go? Come on. I mean, it's amazing. And for breakfast.
Okay, I'm gonna have to agree with Ryan. I've never really had their breakfast in depth, but I mean it's pretty good for like fast food breakfast. And the main thing that brings it up to an S tier is that no other place does it like Taco Bell, and I think their food tastes amazing.
Number one was the fact that Taco Bell, you can get it whenever you want to. That's a really good point, especially around here in like the suburbs. A lot of stuff closes, and it's hard to get, especially, you know, Mexican food at 2 a.m. That's not an issue at Taco Bell, and I really appreciate that. So thank you to all of the dedicated Taco Bell employees out there who can make my dreams happen. Second of all, thank you, Samuel. Second of all, Sam also said it very well whenever he said nothing does it like Taco Bell. I was originally very hesitant to rank this at the S tier, but I gotta go with it, you know? Not to be a flip-flop, but you guys brought up good points.
This is the first time I had Burger King in a really long time, and I was expecting to go in and find that it did not, I wasn't expecting to like it. But being there, the burger, the Whopper, the number one, was actually really good. It tasted like a burger I'd get at my grandma's house on the 4th of July, you know? Grandma made me a burger, that's what it is. And it was a pretty dang good burgie. The only problem is the fries were kind of small, and that was kind of one thing I had with it, and it was a little expensive. And I think the price really does knock it down, but I really thought that it was a better experience than I was gonna have. And so I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and put it in the B tier, just from the experience I was expecting to have and the experience I had. And I would go back for another burger, I really would, and they're really trying to re-innovate, and I like that. And I think it's a solid B tier, you know, you go there once in a blue moon.
While Ryan is putting the Burger King here in the B tier, we're gonna go with the next sort of once in a blue moon kind of restaurant, Hardee's. So it's kind of safe to say a lot of people in our area really don't go to Hardee's often, because it's like, yeah, no one really says Hardee's is like a good place. So when I went in, the service was god-awful. There were 3 people working there, and it was really slow. So it was horrible. And I got the number one, like the thick burger, like it says here, char-broiled thick burgers. I'm gonna be honest, it was very, very similar to Burger King, and that it's like, it's pretty good, like it's bland, and it's kind of like middle of the road, I would say, middle of the road. But I'm gonna put it in C tier. I'm just gonna say that.
I've been to a Hardee's once. I have no comment.
I think that our Hardee's should be lowered to a D tier, just because what you're paying for and the slime that you're getting for it, I would actually lower to an E tier, because it's just not good. You know, I just don't think it's like any good at all. And that's just, I don't know, that's just my gut feeling for it. I mean, it might not bring you any lower. I just don't think it deserves to be an S tier, because they don't do anything special. They don't do anything unique. I think they're just below average, you know? I mean, they're just barely a step above Arby's.
I'm gonna lower Hardee's to an E tier, because their cherry Coke was out that day. The syrup, there was no syrup.
Not the cherry.
Hardee's is going in the E tier.
All right, next up on the list, we got the drive-in classic, Sonic. All right, so Sonic is mainly known for its drinks and its dessert items. Whenever we were deciding on how we wanted to do this video and how we wanted to rank these fast food establishments, we decided we were gonna get the most popular item on the menu, as determined by our research on the World Wide Web. So I got number one at Sonic, otherwise known as, I believe it's the Sonic Burger. Frankly, it was just bad. The burger was at least 80% bun. The condiments were bland. It was very like wilty lettuce, and the burger just didn't taste like anything. Sonic has really good drink game. They have really good side game. I believe Sam said it really well one time. All their potato products are they're really good. Frankly, I don't go out to eat at a fast food place, and I don't think I've ever had a good meal. My ranking for Sonic is D tier. It's a little bit frustrating that I can't enjoy a nice burger with my Master Blast. That's all I gotta say.
I'm gonna go with Panda Express next. I had something different when I went there. It was the honey nut walnut shrimp and the orange chicken fantastic. It really was fantastic.
Premium.
It is a premium item. I think that it was just all around good tasting. It's still about as much as Burger King or really just about any other fast food place that isn't like super cheap. And their drinks are huge. Really, and they give you fortune cookies. So I'm gonna have to stick it in the. I'm actually gonna go B tier.
I do have a couple improvement points for Panda Express. If anyone out there is listening, you guys close at like 9 o'clock, and that is whack. Like, what the heck is even up? Okay. Second of all, your app sucks.
Okay, next up we have a true fan favorite, I'm gonna be honest, Chick-fil-A. All things considered, they have some of the best lemonade and they have some of the best chicken. Their sauces are really weak. They only have one good sauce, and that's the Chick-fil-A sauce. And saying all this, that's the only thing they do is chicken. I'm putting Chick-fil-A in A tier.
As far as fries go, they don't salt them nearly as much. I understand you can do that yourself, but like I'm going through a drive-through at Chick-fil-A and I eat a fry and it tastes just like a straight potato. I want some salt on that boy.
C is for Chick-fil-A, and that is my final answer.
And Chick-fil-A is for me.
So I'm gonna have to disagree and stick it in A tier.
I can live with it, I guess.
Alrighty, next up we're gonna be looking at another Mexican joint. Chipotle, as my dad so lovingly refers to. I used to be a little bit adverse to Chipotle, just because I was a white kid from the suburbs and I didn't like spicy food very much. But some kids got me to try it. It was pretty darn good. I like it a lot. The only thing that's keeping it out of A tier for me is the price is a little bit up there. The cheapest thing on the menu is $7, and that's if you don't want a drink or chips or queso or guac or any of the extras. It's just, I mean, it's pretty good Mexican food, so I'm going B tier.
Make guacamole free, Chipotle, and that'll be an A tier. There you go. You want the key to our hearts?
So, and next, we probably have the worst fast food place on this list, and that is Arby's. And it was the worst experience I've had at a fast food restaurant ever. I mean, the number one is like the smoked brisket with onion rings on it, and they put barbecue sauce and mayo on the burger, on the brisket. Yes, together on the same thing, mixed with slimy onion rings. It was just absolutely disgusting. And like the thing that everybody says like the standout is the curly fries, but honestly, I can go to Park Lanes and get the exact same curly fries, and I get to bowl there. So I mean, that's just a benefit.
I went to Arby's one time during open lunch. I didn't eat lunch that day. It was so bad. Yeah. F tier. I agree.
McDonald's. So it's been around for like 80 years, probably, and I went to McDonald's and I got the number one, the Big Mac, of course, with a medium French fry. McDonald's French fries have gone down in quality in the past 10 years. Like 10 years ago, they would be the hottest, freshest, like most amazing, perfectly salted, tastiest fries. I would have given them S tier on like fast food fries because they were just the best fries in fast food. Not anymore. That's not at all anymore. And then the Big Mac is just all like the quarter pound burgers are better than like the McDouble patties you get, but they're not great. The Big Mac sauce is now paling in comparison to other fry sauces and other like burger sauces. So McDonald's overall, the experience I got there, I'm gonna put it in C tier because McDonald's is like one of the cheapest. You can get a $1 McChicken, and I think the McChicken is all right.
I'm gonna have to agree. They degraded in quality, but frankly, I'd bump them up to B tier or at least an A tier just because of how consistent it is. You can go to McDonald's anywhere across the country, and you can get a pretty decent fast food burger, some pretty decent fries, maybe not ice cream. That's dependable.
The McFlurry.
McFlurry is usually pretty good.
Oh, I completely forgot about the McFlurry.
More importantly, as someone who, is awake in the mornings sometimes, they have pretty darn good breakfasts, all right? The Egg McMuffin's good, the sausage McGriddle's good, the hash browns are god tier. Like, if we were ranking fast food hash browns, that'd be
a lot out.
All there. I would rank it at least B tier for just being reliable. It's like that, the old friend, very reliable person.
So that's why we're going this into the A tier.
It's very old and reliable.
Last but certainly not least, we have Wendy's. And frickin' bugs. And Wendy's has a special place in my heart, and probably for these two also, because it's just so amazing. Their 4 for $4s got me through high school, and it's just such a good deal. I just think obviously this goes in the S tier. I mean, if we have any dissenting opinions, of course, but I just think it's easily an S tier.
Whenever I've gone to Wendy's, I've really never had a bad experience. I've never been disappointed by something at Wendy's. I've never been like, oh, I really am not gonna get this next time. So yeah, Wendy's is a definite S tier.
So here's our tier list. We'll get a zoomed in shot for you. But so definitely some controversial stuff there. No C tiers, but hey, that's fine. And this is just the first one to come, guys. So make sure you stick around. Hit the subscribe button.
Be sure to let us know in the comments whether you disagree or agree with some of our suggestions. And yeah, we want to see what you guys think, and we'll be sure to have many more episodes here.
Thank you for viewing.